Let's talk about Draculas today. I'm talking about energy Draculas. So we do have, with all due respect, certain type of people who are continuously draining you of your energy. And it is important you identify them. Unfortunately, a lot of them are in our very close associations. Let's say a colleague at work, maybe your spouse or partner, maybe a sibling, maybe a parent, grandparent, a very old friend. But we cannot deny the fact that there are people who do not add any energy to us, and not only they're not doing us any good, but they're also depleting us. And who are these people? These people are people who manipulate knowingly or unknowingly. A lot of them, they don't even know their energy Draculas, right? But if we are in their presence, it happens. It's like if you have a glass with a hole beneath it. No matter how much water you keep pouring, it's gonna drip out of it. So you need to really understand that we don't want to blame anyone, and we don't want to start labeling people from tomorrow and tell them they're energy Draculas. But it is important we know where we are, with whom we are, what are we interacting, what is the transaction here, how do their presence make us feel, and what should we do. You do not, if you know the water that is coming from your kitchen is polluted and it is not good for your health, will you consume it? You will not consume it. You'll try to fix it. You will get someone to come and have a look at your system and find out what is the problem, and you would want to change things so that you have a healthy, clean drinking water. So you have to do the same with the energy. If there is a food which is has been kept outside for 3 days and it is now stale and it's smelling like dead fish, you do not want to eat it because you know it is poison to your system. You're going to fall sick. And it is similar with all the interactions we have, all the people we meet. Now, some of these people we can't really change. And they don't even know they are energy Draculas. They don't even know they are sucking on other people's energy, and they don't even know their presence is so unhealthy for other people because it is the part of their own system. It's like when you wear a perfume or a cologne, after some time you yourself cannot smell it, but another person crossing you or sitting next to you can smell the fragrance, right? So it's the same thing. Now, who are these people? People who gossip a lot, people who are manipulative either mentally or emotionally or financially or even spiritually, people who want to make you feel insecure either by keeping information from you or by making you feel less about yourself, people who always think negative, who always have a no, and people who want to always remain a victim, and they want to stay in the drama, in the loop. They keep repeating the same story even after 10 years, but they're not looking for a solution to it. So, and then they want to project this problem onto others and find someone to blame. So either it is you or their parents or their child or the neighbor or someone. So these are a few types of energy Draculas. And also, very importantly, there are people who operate from lack consciousness, people who envy others, who have a sense of jealousy, who are very control freak because they have a sense of loss or losing a loved one or losing a relationship. So these are the people who are energy Draculas. Of course, there is a degree and intensity. It's not that all of them operate with the same intensity and same degree, and everyone who has some issue will affect you in an exact similar manner. It depends on your equation with the person, how much of your life you're sharing with the person, how much you have allowed that person to control you, overpower you, and things like that. But we cannot deny the fact that unfortunately amongst us, knowingly or unknowingly, there are people who thrive on other people's misery. There are people who thrive on other people's losses. There are people who thrive on control. There are people who are so insecure and operate from such lack consciousness that they need to control another person or the entirety of life to feel safe. They simply don't have trust in themselves, in you, in the process of life, and in their environment. And this comes from certain trauma and wounds which they need to look at. But let's say they're not ready to look at it. So what are you supposed to do? You need to make yourself emotionally and mentally strong and powerful by first accepting that this problem exists, and this is how this person is behaving, this is how this is affecting me, these are the places I'm falling short, I'm feeling helpless, powerless, choiceless, too much in control, suffocated, whatever it is that you're feeling and going through. By addressing those and by really going deep and understanding how this presence makes you feel. Sometimes there are people who really love you, but they're so scared of losing you to, let's say, your success. They think that if you become more successful, you may not remember them. And it can be even parents, it can be siblings, it can be your best friend. And they want to hold on, or they don't want you to fail. So they don't want you to follow your and pursue your dreams. And as I said, there's a degree to this, but there are people who genuinely affect you. So you would know by when you're in a presence of someone, when your body shrinks, when after you leave the space or after they leave you, you are totally mentally drained, you have mental fog after sitting with someone, or you just go back and just want to sleep, you really can't do anything else. You meet a person at work, and after meeting that person, discussing the issue, you come back and you feel your head is busting and you've lost direction completely. So if there are people who make you feel so uncomfortable physically and mentally and leave you every time, it's not one time. We don't want to conclude that everyone is an energy Dracula. But let's say it has happened about 20, 30, 40 times. By now you know that this person is not good for your ecosystem. This person is not good for your energy system. So what you need to do is to understand how they make you feel and what are the things they do. Let's say a particular sentence they say that causes you the drain. There is a way of looking at things. There is let's say a person is a naysayer. You understand, you really sit down and analyze it, and then you have to reaffirm to yourself that you will not allow the other person to take charge, and you would want to be in charge of your well-being. You need to also accept that it is not selfish to take care of your mental and emotional health. It is equally important, and in fact more important, to take care of your mental and emotional health, because that's what is going to affect your physical body. The only difference is when something hurts us physically, because it is tangible and because we can explain it to other people, and because it doesn't really create a conflict with our sense of pride and ego and wanting to show the whole world, no, I have everything under control, everything is okay. Because it is something like that, people also give you the right to protect and defend yourself, or be preventive and take preventive measures, and you also give yourself that permission. But when it comes to mental and emotional health, usually even we get to know it after a few years, after many, in fact hundreds of interactions, or years of being with someone, or being in the household or in an office or situation, that we realize that this is making me feel sick now. So you must do the homework, you must gather your courage, and you must center your entire attention around your well-being. And then try and explain to the other person that when you do this, this is what it's causing me, and I want you to stop this, or I want you to change this, or I want you to find a different way of expressing it. And once you do this 3, 4, 5 times, 10 times, and the person is not listening, then you know that the person doesn't want to do anything for you, that you're not that important. So in that case, you have to take everything in your hand, and you also need to stop expecting people to change, but you need to start expecting yourself to take care of yourself. So be aware of the energy Draculas. Know that they are real, and they are in plenty. Sometimes the best of the relationships are really so draining, but we have got so habitual of it, and we have got so used to that comfort of being with someone who we know. A known devil is better than unknown one. when we go by that theory, and when we fear losing people, or we have a fear of rejection, abandonment, or we don't have a self-worth, believing that something better, I am meant for something better, or I deserve better, then we hold on to such toxic situations, people, friendships, work spaces, and we sabotage ourselves, our growth, and also our health. So take care, take charge, relook at things, and become the master of your reality, and be honest with what is happening in your environment. And this is not to blame others, this is not to be selfish, this is just to be selfful and love oneself and do the best we can, and remain the access of our own universe. You keep sharing your love and care, but don't expect SHIT in return. God bless you.